Welcome to the Screen Time Continuum. Today is Sunday. My name is Keelan, and I am here as always with Nick and Dijon. How you doing, guys?
Happy Sunday. Fantastic. How are you?
Can't complain at all. Can't complain at all. Dijon, how about yourself?
I'm all right. It's a Sunday. Just we're pushing into Monday, so
I
let's do
think
this.
right. I think that's the best part about Sunday is you don't really have to worry about Monday, but you know it's there, so it's like, all right, I'm prepared for it, right?
And somehow you think staying up later on Sunday is going to give you more, weekend time, but it ends up just taking into your Monday morning.
It's good to know that's not just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure it does. Jesus Christ.
So, the movie we have tonight for you guys on the Screen Time Continuum is the 2021 Netflix film Gunpowder Milkshake. Very interesting movie directed by Navat Papashudo. Papashudo. It took me a minute. I had to try to get that right, but Navat or Navo. There was no accents for me to figure it out. Tried to go on Google, hit the enunciation. It didn't exist. But he doesn't have many acclaims or anything. I really was trying to figure out what had he done that I had seen. Nothing that I have seen. However, he does have one very high note on his resume, which is apparently one of his biggest fans is Quentin Tarantino. And that to me explained quite a bit about the movie. Explained I could totally see Tarantino liking stuff like this. But he is an Indian filmmaker, and the cinematographer also is a guy who worked on Planet of the Apes and Step Up and the Mowgli film. It was a little impressive just looking at that. However, I'll get away from the stuff that nobody really looks at, and I'll get to the actual movie itself.
No, dude, that's good shit.
I thought it was pretty interesting.
It's good shit. We keep ourselves informed.
Definitely. So it's starring Karen Gillian.
Shark
I know
eyes.
she's in Jumanji, and yeah, she's Nebula, right? And
I like to call her Shark Eyes because she has cold, dead eyes.
Yeah, I was aware. I'm aware. Yeah, it's crazy because I was looking through her resume and I saw Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers, and I'm like, wait, huh? And for some reason, I immediately was like, she has to be Nebula. Like, who? Nothing else fit her voice and like her style of acting in this, at least. But this was almost Nebula with hair and a character and a personality. Just a little bit.
Just a small amount of personality.
Just a little bit. They're right. Yeah. It wasn't a lot of personality, but it was a lot of killing. But either way, I liked her. Lena Headey, who we all know as the infamous Cersei Lannister. I mean, what else do we even really need to? I mean, she's been in plenty of other things, but do we need to bring up anything else?
Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor is a great notable one. You're right. Yeah. That's actually how she got Game of Thrones. If without Sarah Connor, how would she have gotten there?
Yeah, the Queen in 300.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They tell you guys the truth. So I said this is good shit because I'm like, man, I didn't know any of these stuff. I've been like, she looked familiar, but I'm like, where is she from? Then boom, you guys said Queen from 300, fucking Game of Thrones. I'm like, wow, now her face.
It clicks. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a few more coming for you. If you didn't catch those, I know you didn't catch the rest of these. So you had Carla. How would you say her name? Gigiano.
I don't know. I'm honestly never heard.
Gigino. Yeah. I'm sorry. I might be even butchering that, right? But she was in Sin City. What's this I have here? Gerald's Game. That's a movie I've seen that I really enjoyed her in. But she's in everything. Like I've seen her in so many different films. But she played Madeline. Then you have Michelle Yeoh from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and she has a deeper resume than that as well. It sucks that that's the only thing I remember off the top of my head, but she has a much deeper resume. Angela Bassett, Stella's Got Her Groove Back, What's Love Got to Do with It?
American Horror Story.
Yeah, right. American Horror Story. What hasn't she been in? Another just highly notable actor. And I guess the only real male role we had, or male actor that was notable in here that we had, which would be Paul Giamatti.
The Rhino,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, the
Diner.
Rhino. He
Big
was
Fat
this
Liar.
character. Yeah, I'm about to say he was this character in Big Fat Liar. He was this character in Shoot 'Em Up. He's this character in everything. He plays it
Pretty
perfectly every time.
much.
Perfectly every time. But so yeah, that's the people we have, and then the young lady, the young actress that was in this. I mean, I don't
I've
know.
only
I
seen
don't
her in
think
one
she's.
movie.
Oh, you have seen her in something else because I've never seen her in anything else. Chloe Coleman is her name. What have you seen her in? What else?
I've seen her in another Amazon movie, which is my guilty pleasure. I think My Spy. It's with
My
Dave
Spy. Ah.
with Dave Bautista.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, right. She plays the daughter. No?
Not
Or the little
daughter,
girl. I've never
the
seen
little-
it. I've never
the
seen
little
it.
girl.
To be
It's a
clear.
cute movie. It's a cute
Okay.
movie.
I know there's like 2 or 3 parts to it.
No, just one.
Is it just one?
Just
Okay,
one movie.
Well, I may have seen something.
Check it out.
Wow. Okay.
It's
Maybe
it's,
there's more
Thinking of
coming.
the pacifier with The Rock.
Am I thinking of the pacifier?
or Tooth Fairy or
Or
that
Tooth
spy
Fairy.
movie with
Come on,
Jackie
he can't
Chan.
have sequels to all of them. Let's not. You know what? No. We were talking about Batista in the movie he was in. We're not going to do him like that and jump onto the Rock. You know, I'm actually looking right now. There will be a My Spy 2. It doesn't have a date by it, and Avatar 2 she'll be in as well. Chloe Coleman.
Oh, so in 40 years when they decide to make that
Right?
movie.
I mean, now it's here as 2022. So
We're
2022.
talking.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Okay, dancing with Smurfs too.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
pretty much.
The movie was alright.
It was a good one. Okay.
No, I'm
So,
talking about Avatar.
Oh, that's what you would call Avatar, Dancing with Smurfs. Wow. All right.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, no, I can't argue with you.
Fern
I'm actually
Gully
sitting
with
here.
blue aliens.
It's a pretty movie. It's a pretty movie. That's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say. It's a pretty.
If that's what you care about.
I wanted to see it, now I don't.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. So this movie here, Gunpowder Milkshake, again made by Navat Navo Papasciuto, and I apologize if I have butchered anyone's names. It is not intentional. This movie gave me real Sin City Kill Bill vibes. This movie is about a young lady who is a killer, who is the descendant of a killer, who comes from a ring of killers, and that ring of killers helps her protect a young girl that she has to protect by accident. But to me, it made her a really stand-up person, even though she is a contract killer. I enjoyed the movie. I'll just say that before we go any further. Initial impact, initial comments. What do you guys think of this movie?
John, you want to go first?
I will go first. Interesting enough, I did see it. This I think it was my second time rewatching it because before you announced it, I seen it actually the weekend it came out. Then I seen it I watched it again yesterday just to make sure I covered the grounds of what I need to know for this movie. I mean, it holds up decently for the second time. I definitely think it's a date night film or a popcorn flick. It was decent. It gave me like a female version of a watered down version of John Wick in its own sense. I thought it was pretty witty with what they did with the whole Liberian thing. I really dig that. And it did what it was supposed to do. And, not to be too negative. I mean, I like the movie, but these are one of these films where I sincerely hope they don't do a fucking follow-up film because it doesn't need one.
Yeah, I could.
It's a good stand. I can see this as a good standalone cult movie that people
sure.
will love.
I agree with that 1000%. I thought they were gonna lead towards the whole sequel vibe, but seemingly they're not headed that way.
But a prequel, I can see that.
That'd be nice. What do you think, Nick? How did it hit you initially?
Uh-oh, he's stretching. He's stretching.
I see him.
Oh shit!
All right. Hated it. No, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I think that's what I can say first. I didn't think that it was terrible. I think what it was very stylistically cool. But it felt like they were taking all the cool elements of John Wick, Kill Bill, The Kingsman, multiple other things we've seen before, and trying to do their own thing, which I appreciated, but it just didn't. I don't know. It never. It tried to take from all of these different elements of different movies, but it never hit the mark on any of them, in my opinion. I think that it's stylistically very cool. One scene that really, pops out to me when I think about the movie is the bowling alley scene. And it's because cinematically it was a very cool shot. And it was a cool sort of like fight scene a little bit. It was a little hokey, but it's fine. John Wick is hokey too. So, but yeah, like I did feel like it was trying to, and it's interesting that you said that the Tarantino looks to this person for stylistic, sort of, tips and stuff. But it would seem to me that for whatever this person is doing, Tarantino has taken it to another level. And it seems to me like they were trying to take all of these cool aspects of different movies, and each one of them was kind of cool, but they didn't live up to that thing that you saw in your head. You know what I mean? So like, I can think of in particular, her taking the jacket. That was a very Kill Bill sort of like moment right there, where it's like, she puts on the yellow jumpsuit. Right. And none of the subsequent scenes ever led up to the fight in the Japanese tea house that Kill Bill had. You know what I mean? Like that fight in the tea house is 15 minutes long and it's fucking fantastic. We didn't really get something like that from this movie, except maybe the library, but it doesn't really hold a candle to the tea house scene. So I enjoyed for what it was. I don't think that it was terrible in any bit, but I also just don't think that it wowed me, except for maybe the bowling alley scene.
Definitely. No, you hit that right on the nail. If that is what we're comparing it to, there was absolutely nothing in this movie that can compare to the tea house scene. However,
of course,
if we're comparing it to the Paul Giamatti, Clive Owen movie Shoot 'Em Up, it's a pretty decent flick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just think that I was comparing it to Tarantino because obviously it's obviously taking from Tarantino, or vice versa. Who knows who's taking from who at this point? Maybe Tarantino's been ripping this guy off for years and just getting away with it.
And what's interesting about finding that note, when you look up the director, that's like one of the main things about him. Like you're trying to look for his films and you're finding out about this comment that in an interview Tarantino was asked, excuse me, who was he keeping an eye on? Who was he watching? And he mentions this guy in this 2013 flick he did. And I think it was like a indie film, and a film that stayed over in India or something of that nature. Like it might have hit a few film festivals. 2013. And this is the guy he mentions. So
I can see why. Again, the stylisticness of this is very good. You know?
And that's, I think it just stem from that. It's like one of those things. If anything, I think he only said it because he sees so much of himself in it.
And I think this is what this dude does in his off time, because weirdly enough, when he's not making one of his big A-listing movies for us to see that's fucking 3.5 hours long, this dude is literally in other countries or studying different regional movies, and either he puts his little bits into certain movies or he just watches them and study them. I mean, this is what this guy loves to do, legitly, from when he was discovered to what he's doing now. Just sitting there watching films and enjoying them, or see what he can take from it or plug in. I'm trying to think of this one movie, Spaghetti something Western, that Quentin Tarantino, he's legitimately in, and I think he has some merits on it. And it's a Japanese Western movie. It's a shoot 'em up, and I'll figure out. I'll look for the name and get that situated later. But yeah,
see, that's interesting. Just the dedication. But to the Papa Shudo flick, Gunpowder Milkshake, So we open up and we are told by the narrator that the firm is that the firm is in control of everything. They are the big bad. That is the initial thought we are given. At the same time, we see a killer kill somebody.
Run by
Contract
men.
killer. Right, yeah, it's all run by men. We also are told right off
Right
the
on the
bat.
nose.
Old men.
Right.
Saggy,
old white men.
saggy, Palpatine, nut-looking men.
Man, that don't have to speak and they are apparently telekinetic. Um,
It's classic villainy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it. It's dope.
Goes without saying. I think that I actually enjoyed that they had to say nothing. It was like everything that they needed went without saying. It's like, so yeah, no, deals off. All right, well, yeah, whatever it takes. Like that was brilliant to me. But the movie opens and you see a murder, and then you see our main character Samantha, who we haven't quite learned her name or anything yet, but you see her open the door. She sees a group of guys, and we click out. From there, we meet her mother, and we see her childhood, which is really nothing except her mom taking off and leaving on her, which we find out a little bit later what that's all about. What I thought was interesting about Sam meeting her mom in that diner, of course, later on we find out the purpose of the diner and why it's such a safe haven, yada yada. Which I think twice or maybe three times we're proven in this movie that diner is nothing of a safe haven. Right?
It's a plot convenience.
Yeah, that, and it kind of confused me towards the end. Like, this place is supposed to have no guns and all sorts of shit. And I mean, I did love that ending scene. I'm just like,
but the second scene,
it doesn't really make sense,
right? But the second scene,
who's enforcing those rules? Florence.
Yeah, that's it. Florence, who apparently doesn't know how to work the guns. She doesn't know how to work the tool. They bust in with the guns. Florence is crouching, like, hey, didn't I just give you all my pieces? Ain't you supposed to be doing something?
Yeah.
What's going on? Where's the cook?
Where's the cook?
Somebody
making this shit.
Yeah, who is making this stuff?
Who's holding our guns?
They're Sweeney Todd and the dead bodies.
Oh no! I love that movie until I put two and two together, and then I was like, I can never watch this again.
I can never have a chicken pot pie ever again.
Definitely don't want a meat pie. So in the diner though, not just the guns. Check me out. This movie is named Gunpowder Milkshake. Why did they not? COVID ruined movies. They didn't even drink the milkshake because there was two people with straws in it, so they did not drink the milkshake. It didn't budge.
They did at the beginning.
No, the little girl drank her milkshake.
Yeah, the mom and
by herself, but not when they were drinking it together.
Wait, what?
When they had both straws in it.
Yeah, they were both drinking together and staring in each other's eyes weirdly.
You have to look at the.
Oh, they didn't sip it. Okay.
Nothing moves. Nothing moves.
Oh, okay. I think you're looking a little bit too hard at that milkshake, bro.
No, I'm gonna tell you guys this, since they do a lot of filming.
This isn't There Will Be Blood, man.
Since they do a lot of filming at our job, I come across a lot of the props, and I'm like, the fuck is that a flan or a donut? And they literally got props where you just have the spoon with the fucking the styrofoam or the cardboard with that piece, and that shit's just sitting there. I'm just like, guaranteed. You save money that way. That milkshake was probably a prop.
Yeah, I'm sure the milkshake was a prop. They had the exact same milkshake later when they were back at the diner with one straw in it, and it still hadn't moved.
Dude, that milkshake was throughout the movie. At the beginning at the diner, the little girl, when they went to that hideout, was sucking on that same milkshake. And at the end too.
They got a Bob.
It was the milkshake the whole time, you guys. It was the milkshake.
The whole time. The plot thickens, that's where I
just like milkshakes.
The milkshake.
You know what? You guys are giving me a great idea for streaming a game later where we find out that the banana is behind all this mad cartel shit.
I believe it. Nobody suspects the banana, man. Nobody.
You know what?
It's called My Friend Pedro.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on Xbox.
Fucking food taking over the world, man.
I forgot that game.
Just like yogurt.
I've totally forgot that game existed.
Just like yogurt.
Just like yogurt. So after they don't drink their milkshake, um, Samantha's mom gets up and goes to who I don't think I ever caught the mom's name. Anybody catch the mom's name?
Cersei.
I mean, yeah, granted, but I mean, what was
No, her name was
Cersei's
Scarlet.
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 Thank you,
Mhm.
Cersei, because I was gonna run with Cersei. So Scarlet gets up and goes to the restroom. Coincidentally, the bad guy. Do you think she saw the bad guys coming and like she just, mommy will be right back,
So
so
what
she
it
can
look
try to
like?
get the drop on him?
She's like, fuck this.
Yeah, I
Someone
thought she was
damaged
just
him.
gonna leave. Yeah.
I really thought she was gonna dip out too. Legit.
She got in that car and just went.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
yeah. So after she lays everybody out, you don't think she can at least bye, baby, I'll never be back. I must go. Something.
But then you're just gonna be able to find me randomly when you're an adult without any problems whatsoever.
Dude,
So
that-
you
no,
knew
no,
where
that
I
wasn't
lived.
random. That
That
wasn't
bugged me
random.
because what's
Nathan
his
sent her
name?
there.
Yeah, that dude. He like,
Nathan sent her there.
here's the
Oh,
address. This will help you. And this is
okay.
it. And that's it. Goodbye.
Good boy.
Mhm. Gotcha.
So,
I'm killing you
mean-
after this.
So, yeah, that. Well,
You mean her mom's been in the same city that she's been killing people and
keeping
never...
an eye on her the whole time.
she's
Keeping
been
her
keeping
safe.
an eye on her.
okay.
That's what
Okay.
she
She literally says it. Like,
Oh,
I've been
okay,
where you
gotcha.
been all this time, Mom. Well, I've been watching you.
Just been watching you.
Making me
Let you go
proud.
through 15 years of not having a mother because I wanted to make
Because,
sure you
yeah.
were okay.
That's
right.
nasty.
Oh, boy.
What
I didn't
else
get
are
that
you
either.
watching, Mom?
And the timeline on that didn't add up. But hold on, before we get too deep into Scarlet. So we jumped to 15 years later, and right before she meets Scarlet, she goes to this Target and she's told because of the massacre where she cleaned everybody up at the very beginning of the movie, she has to go and get new guns. This is when we're introduced to the aunties at the library. I know, Nick, you said a little earlier how cool the library was, but I just want to dive into that a little bit.
That was Dijon.
Oh, Dijon.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Don't
Dijon, I know you said
misrepresent
a
what I
little-
said.
Dijon, I apologize. I know you said earlier how cool that was, but what I want to do is dive just a little bit into that. What references can you guys think of from that? Because everything about that library scene, everything about that moment of she's showing up, she needs to swap her dirties for her cleans, whether we're talking money or anything else. Like
What book do you put a bazooka in? That's what I want to know.
Moby
an
Dick.
encyclopedia.
Moby Dick.
Oh, yep, Moby Dick.
That's all I was thinking. I was like, how impractical is this? You guys literally carved out thousands of books to put little Walther PPKs inside each one of them.
They can have one of them fucking collectors edition. Maybe a mini bazooka. They'd be like the J.K. Rowling.
Oh, like
Oh.
or yeah,
In a
maybe
box
like a
set
box
instead.
set, a
Bazooka
box
set,
set.
box
There you
sets.
go.
That's why
There
I
you
thought
go.
of encyclopedias.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Shit, imagine he had all the fucking what's his token books on a box set.
Or just one of those tapestries from Game of Thrones.
There
Or
you
a
go.
collection of Guinness Book of World Records. There you go.
That would be
Each one of those. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Get creative with that shit, but I don't think they would want to get creative with pop culture too much like that.
You don't think they
Motherfuckers.
get too deep. But yeah, the library for me it reminded me of everything from Harry Potter to the Kingsman. It reminded me of awkwardly enough, it kind of had Kid Next Door vibes because of the sub layers and all of that kind of thing.
I missed that show.
Yeah, it was nostalgic in general. That was probably one of the most nostalgic things.
Well,
Aside
also
from-
a hidden
like-
Easter egg. Each of the aunties is dressed in the same color as the fairies from Sleeping Beauty.
There we
You
go.
noticed.
The
The fairies from
or
Sleeping Beauty are
Maleficent?
blue. Well, Sleeping Beauty was the original.
Was it?
Yeah, the cartoon.
Yeah, but she
Sleeping
was
Beauty that came
misrepresented.
out in the 30s.
Yeah, but she was misrepresented. That's why they had
No,
to do
oh,
Maleficent.
screw that. I don't care about that. I'm not watching Angelina Jolie be a lizard for 2 hours.
Hey, you know what? I used to be on board with you on that. I can honestly say they are decent movies.
No, I'm not saying. I know that they're decent movies. I'm just saying she loves being like, Snake Eyes or
So,
whatever.
Yeah,
until they can't make the money they think they should make and sue you.
Yeah, fair. If I start putting a dent in Disney's pocket, then I'll have to reanalyze my position in life.
I think that's a fair time to do it. I'm
Right.
just saying.
I didn't
Johnny
want my
Depp,
shit on
Angelina
screaming.
Jolie. Look, I can only name 3 people really quick: Johnny Depp, Angelina Jolie, and Robert Downey Jr., who they begged to come back somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I can see. I
Well,
can
except
see
for
that.
Johnny, they don't want Johnny anymore.
They're not letting them go either. I guarantee there's something about impunity, or what's that word? Is that word? Impunity? Lifetime?
Oh, perpetuity.
Perpetuity.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Guarantee there's something about. I ask questions if I don't know.
And
So
I'll
guys
tell
know
you.
I
I'll
do.
tell you guys this personally. If I'm Disney, yeah, I try to keep them two around. But Scarlett, go.
Scarlett's suing him.
Yeah, no, I would let her go. Honestly, me personally,
Well,
I know
she's
a lot
gone
of
already.
she's gone
Pretty much.
already, and a lot of people
Exactly.
they like her as an actress, but I don't see anything appealing to her. Honestly, as an actress, I just don't.
Yeah.
There's only one movie I sincerely enjoyed her in, and that was Jojo Rabbit. But
Oh yeah. I haven't seen that. I really want to watch that.
I'm not watching Ghost in the Shell, so you can keep that.
Right.
Lucy
no.
was a headache,
Oh yeah, no. Lucy was dumb.
and it's getting a sequel.
Well, she's suing Disney for breach of contract.
Well, they
And
admit it. They admit it.
oh yeah.
And they had to, and they let her know she had to, and she got a fucking $20 million bonus after the fact. And like,
Right. I'm gonna say it's gonna end in arbitration with her getting probably whatever she's been paid in total. Gonna get that again. You got 20 out of that. You got this and that. You probably walked away with 70. Here's another 70.
I guess it's a good way to end your your professional relationship with Disney. Just sue them at the end. Just be like, all right, now we're really breaking ties. I'm gonna go work for Woody Allen again. Hey, come on. She defended
be like,
him.
Woody Allen, mate, you got a daughter? Bring her over.
Oh God. Oh
See?
man.
Let me adopt her and teach her.
I knew that's where this was going.
With his fisherman hat and his fucking pants pulled up to his nipples.
You did.
Jesus.
We can do we can do a reboot of the Andy Griffin show. What you think?
Oh God. Jesus.
What was I think the last thing we were okay with him in was probably like Austin Powers or something.
Woody Allen?
He was in Austin Powers?
That's the point.
Oh, that's
Before that even gets too far, that is my exact point. Like I can't.
I think he was. I think the last movie he was okay for being in was Ants, and that was it. And it's just because he was the voice.
Yeah, voiceovers work.
He was the pedophile ant.
Gosh.
Come on, Zeke. Come over here.
Allegedly. That's all. These are all rumors and conjecture, people.
Mom, I need to leave that alone.
Yeah.
I'm not saying. So once she finds out, Nathan sends Sam to kill her mark, and basically, once she gets to her mark, she finds out that dude ain't really doing what she thought he was doing. How does she figure that out? Because I don't know.
Shoots him in the stomach.
She shoots him before she shoots him after she gets a hunch, but because he still goes for his phone.
Shoot first, ask questions later. Come on, that's the rule.
That's the best way to stay alive, I guess.
That's the rule.
That bugged me because I think that doctor killed him on purpose. He could have saved
for sure.
him.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's not even a mystery. So from there, she takes him to the doc, to the private psycho doc that heals all the psycho murderer criminals because he's on payroll.
Just heals him with laughing gas, though. That's all he gives us. Laughing gas in a wheelchair. That's what you get.
Right, because she patched herself up.
That might be the key to curing COVID.
It might be.
Laughing gas?
If everybody just got a little tank of laughing gas and they can just keep it in their house. That sounds like a Joker subplot.
Laughing gas?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm down for the Joker subplot if it's laughing gas. Just don't introduce the Scarecrow.
Fair enough.
And guess who had to come up with the gas first? Scarecrow. He's the scientist. No, I don't want it. But so once Nathan sends her and she finds out that this isn't what she thought it was, she's now trying to explain to Nathan, "Hey Nathan, I'm gonna go and save this kid." And Nathan's like, "Why the fuck would you do that? Don't do it. Just bring the money. That's stupid. Bring the money." She doesn't listen because she's every superhero super murderer, James Bond, John Wick, uh, you name it, she's done it.
It's
Yeah,
it's
well, of
it's, it's
course.
always it's always that thing where, oh, I see myself in her as a little
You could
kid.
have just rolled credits if she took the money back.
The money back, yeah,
That would have been
pretty
it,
much. That's
and
yeah.
it's over.
And you know what? It always gets me with these subplots where it's like, let's do the money thing, and you got all these greedy ass dudes that have more money than they
That's
know what to do.
exactly
But
how
why
much
did we
money
not get a
was in that.
dollar amount? We didn't get
How
a
much
dollar
money
amount.
was in that backpack?
We never
Maybe
got a
like a
dollar amount.
million at the most. At the most, we're talking a million.
No, no, no. It would have to be more than a million because the very top bearer bond that we saw was
It was like
for a
some
half a million.
50,000. No, it's like
Was it
50,000.
50? I thought it was 500.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
it
so
bugs
it could
me.
be maybe 2 million. I don't know.
Yeah.
But these guys are literally called the firm. If they don't wipe their asses with $2 million, what's the point of all
Hey,
this?
listen, I don't
It
care
was
if
the
it's a
same thing with
nickel or a
Drive.
dime. But I don't care if it's a nickel or a dime.
Right, of course. Yeah.
I'm busting your ass. I think that's just where it comes down to. You took that penny off that dresser? All right, give me your hands. Simple. Simple. But I agree with you that they could have gave us like some astronomical amount of money and it could have been on the hard drive instead of in some little was that even what would we call that?
Panda backpack.
Was that Panda?
Mm-hmm.
At least you figured it out because I was trying to figure it out. Kind of looked like a milkshake to me. So in a hard shell Panda backpack, which was also bulletproof.
Yeah, of course, because and so are hospital trays as well. If you didn't know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They took a missile. No,
Yeah,
it was
and a
shotgun.
bulletproof car can take machine gun fire at point blank range without ever cracking once.
The bulletproof car, I'm not even. Nope, not getting. No, because you said it already without cracking once. Do you know?
Not once.
There is a limit to how many bullets a bulletproof glass can take.
Yeah.
You can't unload 10 clips into it and expect it to never crack, budge, or pierce. Like, come on.
Yeah, and your windshield would be so thick that the light would be displaced. And so when you're inside, you would see everything at like an elevated angle.
And your windshield would also still get scratched up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because this is still hard metal bouncing off of glass. But what do I know
believe
about physics?
I guess if James Bond can do it, so can she.
You know what? Shame on us. You're absolutely
I think
right.
that's kind of what they were going for was the like the James Bond supercar. It would have been nice if they explained it, but that's fine.
I would have liked it to talk like Kit.
Yeah.
But we gotta understand, movie logic, movie physics is it's in its own league. There's no science behind it. We can go back to what is that Zack Snyder movie with the zombies we watched? That logic didn't.
So what has to get to part 2?
Yeah, they're coming out with a part 2. They're working on that and a prequel. We got stuff to cover.
That's what it was called. He said, "Why?"
It's because Netflix paid for 3 movies, and they're gonna get their 3 movies. Damn
it! Guaranteed. We got
no matter how much nobody wants them.
You know what happened? They got to go save somebody else. But I'll give you guys my exclusives behind the scene. Yeah. Maybe it'll be something that we'll talk about later. I have no exclusives, guys. So basically, yeah, we find out that she's gonna go and get the kid. She gets hunted down or searched down by what she calls the boneheads, who are the henchmen for Nathan. She beats them up pretty badly, even though they have weapons and she doesn't, because she's badass.
Twice.
And
never got hit once.
Not once did they put a hand on her. At least they hit her in the hospital.
Yeah, at least they yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
At least they hit her in the house. They didn't put a finger on her in the bowling alley.
No.
But after the bowling alley, she goes and I'm sorry, she goes straight to get the money from the guys, and they just turned on each other. It was like,
yeah, that was pretty comical.
It was a scene from The Dark Knight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Or like it kind of reminded me of watching like NPCs when you're in a video game. You watch them like interact with each other from afar, and you're like, "What the hell are they doing?"
Why?
Right.
Like, that's not fun. That can't be fun. Idiots. So yeah, they switch on. They turn on each other. But my question is, okay, cool. Guy has a grenade that blows up the bag. Some of the money gets hurt or hurt. That was the wrong term because money doesn't
Blown
get
up.
hurt, but blown up and burnt. Um, wouldn't you
There was
try to
still a lot
grab
of
what's
money there.
salvageable?
Hmm.
Nah, it's over.
It's too late. It's too late. I would just, I mean, like, even if you're gonna run, take some for yourself. Don't
That's
you
what
need
I'm
money?
thinking. Like, I
Like,
understand that, listen, there was the scene right as she took Emily, put Emily in the car, and she lost her hat. That was the point of no return. I get that. Like, symbolic, cool. Was that also the point of just all common sense lost? Like, there were some things that just could have been done differently.
well, it's like in Drive when he leaves the money just
It's
with a dead body
exactly
right
like
next
when,
to him.
yes, like, and just those small little moments right there where I'm thinking to myself, what is the point? Like, if you're not doing this for the money, even if you're saving the kid, what is the point of not getting the money? Isn't this all about the money?
She's
Save the
working.
kid. I want you to
She's
save the
work.
kid.
She's noble. She's noble.
Yeah, she's
But
working some shit out with her
Mhm.
pals.
How you gonna raise this kid?
She hasn't. She's noble and has shark eyes. Come on, let her be. I swear, her eyes are black voids. They pull me in every time I see them.
They're like a grayish black. I
Yeah,
thought
it's weird.
yeah.
Fun fact: she didn't need contacts when she played
For the
Nebula.
Nebula,
Those are just
yeah,
regular eyes.
Clearly.
You gotta stop, Nick. You might
I'm
give them
sorry.
ideas to recruit her for the Street Shark live
Street
I'd be
Shark
action
is
okay with
film.
that.
Yeah,
She could be a shark for sure.
she could definitely
Gender
be
bend
a
one of
shark.
them. Make them a Valley Girl shark.
I'm
Wow.
okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I must say I'm actually surprised there wasn't one before. Now that you say that,
Hey, they
It
did it with the
definitely
Ninja
should've
Turtles. They should have did it with her.
They
Yeah.
should
I
get
mean,
her
with
to
them.
host Shark Week. That would be amazing.
Imagine she hears all of these comments and she's like, they think this is endearing.
Yeah, this
It's
is
not.
entertainment. Damn it! No, I'm kidding. No. She, I don't dislike her. I don't
Oh,
think
no,
she's a great
definitely.
actress, but she does have sharky eyes.
Right. I think the
Yeah.
things that she's chosen, Nebula, this specifically, they are right in line with what she does great, I guess.
Hmm.
I like it.
Mhm.
She also reminded me a lot of the chick that plays Kimmy Schmidt, and I hate when I don't know people's names because I had looked her up and I still don't remember.
Oh,
her
the one
name.
that got canceled. We can't
Yes,
talk about her anymore.
I can't talk about her because she
She
got.
got
Oh
canceled.
wait! The actress got
She went
canceled.
to some like Southern debutante ball when she was a kid and got canceled because
Come
like
on, are we
apparently.
joking?
Oh no, yeah, Ellie Kemper.
Yeah, that's her name.
Mhm.
Damn,
Really?
Tina Fey. Why would you really Tina Fey? And that's her show. Tina Fey. Wow. Okay.
Knock it up. Explain. Really, she can't go. She can't go to the debutante ball. Do you know how many people went to debutante? Never mind. I'm not.
But it was for like some country. This is when she was young too, so she got invited to this debutante thing where like it's like kind of like a pageant, but she was elected the girl of the year or something. But apparently, it was at a country club that did not allow people of color in. So
She had no control over that. I'm sorry.
I
mean,
agree, but
it's
that's the
like
reason she got canceled. That's all
like
I'm
the
saying.
concept of teaching the
Not
concept
making
of race.
any statements.
It's like the concept of racism. Racism can only be taught. Racism can't be something you'd be born into.
Mm.
So if you're a child and you have parents or just family members that embedded in that shit, that's them. But if a child can grow up and not be inducted into that shit, kudos. Because
Yeah, man, kids don't know the
come
difference,
on,
dude. Kids
Gang
don't see
mentality.
any of that stuff.
I tell you this,
Her mentality.
I think me and my father, when I used to work with him, we worked for a gay couple, and we got fired. We got fired because they had a baby. I forgot what you call it when you get. I think is it called a surrogate?
Adopted or a surrogate?
Yeah, surrogate baby.
Mm-hmm.
So it was interesting. This little kid, next door neighbor, came by and asked the little girl that was a surrogate baby. She had, "Is that your daddy?" And they took offense to it, man, because they're two gay women. They took mad offense to it, and they fired us because of that. I was like, wow, that kid doesn't know any better.
No, kids don't know any better. Well, and I think that adults try to ascribe adult meanings behind children's actions, and that's you just can't do that. They have no concept of any of that adult baggage that we, carry in our older years.
Man, so much of it.
So much of it.
And wow. Speaking of the adult baggage and the great way that segues us right back into just everything that's going on with Samantha as she takes on this kid to take care of and to protect and to hopefully save her dad and loses all this money. But it seems like that's what she's also trying to do, she sees herself in this kid and she wants to ensure that she doesn't go through the same things.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, kind of until she uses her as a weapon.
Right. And that's what that part is where I kind of wasn't quite sure what her intent was with having Emily around anymore. It's like, do you just have her with you now out of guilt because you have nothing else to do with her and you don't want to just leave her, which is what you were gonna have to do if you just killed her dad and left anyway?
I think it is a thing of guilt and trying to make up for what had happened between her and her mom.
Just to not be her mom, to not just leave this kid high and dry.
Exactly. Was it just me? But was it? Damn, dude. What's that other chick? The one that was just like straight freaking mad dogging everybody. I don't know. What's her?
Angela Bassett.
Yeah. For some reason, I don't know if it was just
Anna Marie.
Did Anna Marie and the chick that played Cersei from Game of Thrones? You had like this kind of like vibe going on between each other, like, bitch, you left me.
Yeah, I wish they explained that.
Like, what was that? Like, there's a love interest thing going on.
No, because that was between the other two.
Yeah, the other two were that was a love
couple. Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing with them is, so she was introduced to the life by Anna Marie because Anna Marie was a friend of her husband's.
Okay.
And I'm thinking they just had a really tight bond. But the other two, for sure, that was a love thing.
Okay. That's out of curiosity.
And with us bringing that up, that was a love thing. I really liked how when they had to go through their moment of everybody's parting ways, going to do their part of the job, they had that scene where it looked like they were going to kiss, but she was just leaning in to tell her something. I thought that was great cinematography.
I thought I was going to see
great
this.
Camera work.
I thought I was just going to see this.
Just lick the inside of her ear.
I mean, I like the intimacy of it, but at the same time,
but you would have never known that they were a couple, and if it wasn't for that scene,
right? Correct.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that was just an establishing shot. Yeah,
just that subtle moment. But so before that, she gets to the kidnapper. She gets the kid. She runs off with the kid. She tells Nathan. Nathan doesn't like it. The money's gone, so Nathan's like, "Hey, look, I see that I could work out, but yeah, it's not looking good for you." And before we know it, they got everybody down her throat. Everybody's on her ass, and I don't know. When we get back to the doctor, clearly I believe too that the doctor killed the dad, no question, because he was the mark. The mark had to die no matter what. And everybody works for the same firm, literally, pun intended.
Oh, except for the other guys.
Well, except for the other guys who we'll get to the McAllister bunch later or in a moment, because the very first guy, which we find out at this juncture, once we find out not only does Sam not have the money, she's gone to the doctor, killed everybody over at the doctor because they were told they had to kill her. But now we find out that Jim McAllister's kid was one of the thug bunch. They got, or at least the leader of the thug bunch that she had killed at the beginning of the movie. That is not good because he runs something kind of like the firm himself, except it's all guy group. Something like, I don't know, 98 Degrees, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, something like that. I don't know if they were like, let's what do you guys think about the training? Like the ladies were clearly way differently and better trained than the guys, right?
Well, yeah, duh, because they have to be.
Because,
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it. 40 dudes taking on 3 slight librarian ladies.
Hey man,
I understand they had home court advantage. I get that.
they had Michelle Yeoh's knowledge from the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
That
set,
is fair.
so
I'm just saying she was a very good ambush artist. I
that's all I'm
understand.
saying.
But yeah.
And they were taught by Paul Giamatti, who all
Who's
the gun movies he's been
the
in.
size of the shape of a lima bean. So yeah, you can definitely take his you can take his combat.
Lima Bean might be doing him some justice.
Lima bean is shaped like
Definitely.
that's how he's shaped. Or a pear. I guess you could call him pear shaped. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Pair with feet can act. It's all right.
Yeah. He's kind of the same guy and everything.
He's definitely the same guy and everything.
He's the same guy and everything.
Big Fat Liar. Was that 2002?
Yeah. Frankie Muniz.
What happened to him?
Amanda Bynes.
Where is she?
Look,
both of them fell off.
I'm gonna say Paul Giamatti stole their shine in that movie. That's what happened.
Amanda Bynes has a face tattoo now.
What?
So, yeah.
Is that a real
Yeah,
thing?
bro. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's not nothing to laugh at, to be honest. It's quite sad.
I want to say congratulations, but I don't know.
She's
It
going
was
on
like
Post
one of those
Malone.
accident things.
No.
I was. It could have been an accident. Some people.
Is she dating Post Malone, man?
No,
I just wanna know.
she's dating some random nobody guy.
Some rando.
She
Some
never got off
rando.
the drugs. She never got off the drugs.
Didn't
So-
even know.
Or maybe she did now, but it took a toll on her for sure.
Everybody can't be. She can't pull off the Hillary Duff. I get it.
The Hillary wholesome Duff, man. She got out of that game real fast.
I am over here taking notes. Like I need to Google a couple of people. Like what is going on in the world?
Hillary Duff just became a wine mom. That was like the worst thing that she did.
Didn't she have a TV? Never mind. Why am I asking questions?
Yeah,
I said
I
I'm
have no-
Googling this stuff later. So after everything goes bad and Nathan has to let Sam know that she's no longer protected, he calls the McAllister guy, Jim McAllister, and brokers a deal where he gives up Sam's last location. From what Jim McAllister says, I don't think he's gonna let the firm off the hook, but by the end of the movie, I think everybody has to let everybody off the hook, or else they'll suffer the wrath of Sam.
You know what would have been dope? Is instead of him being Jim McAllister, he was Kevin McAllister, and he lured them into like a house with traps and shit.
Well, if they had stuck to Mr. McAllister, we could have
Just a grown-up Kevin McAllister.
What if we find out Kevin McAllister is who's running the Saw universe?
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for that for sure.
You got Chris Rock doing that now with Spyro.
Yeah, but because that's the point. Now they have detectives. We're gonna find Kevin McAllister at the end of it all. Somebody hire Macaulay Culkin to play the
dude. I'm Jigsaw. Yes.
Jigsaw.
Yes, I am down for that.
I don't care. If
Let's extend the Home Alone universe.
Definitely.
He's gonna be Leon from Resident Evil when the next reboot comes around.
I'm down for that too, though.
Is he or no?
I don't think that's real.
No,
I'm down for that.
I was about to say.
He was like, "Oh shit."
I'm down for it.
They're gonna reboot that. So.
Yeah, well, look, everything comes in due time. What I really liked after they get out of everything and Sam loses the control of her arms, and Emily becomes her apprentice at this point. I like how Emily definitely called that on her own. She's like, I'm her apprentice. Like, son, I'm doing all this work for you. I ain't got nobody else to be with. I'm your apprentice.
I would have given her a gun and be like, okay, next time you shoot the bad guys.
You feel me?
Just,
that's good. You'll be a great father.
We'll just throw you in the pool.
Good job, Dad. Look at that.
Right.
So that was a good one. But so what I thought was real crazy was, well, not crazy, but I really enjoyed that discussion they had about, are you a serial killer? When Emily asked Samantha that in the parking lot. And she's like, are you a serial killer? She's like, no, I'm not a serial killer, but you kill people. And
you know what this movie made me want to watch?
What's that?
Killing Eve. Killing Eve is a much better version of this. That's what I'll say. Yeah.
Sounds familiar, but I don't think
At least the first season. I think there's more. I don't know if there's more seasons, but I saw the first season and I enjoyed that a lot.
I think there's like 3 seasons so far.
Probably.
I'm interested in it. I haven't touched it yet.
Yeah, it's good. Like, you know, if you're looking for like a female assassin type show, you know, like that's good.
Femme fatale type of.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And the chick that plays the assassin is really convincing. So, yeah.
Okay. See, I remember when there was like 10 or 12 TV shows that were just like that back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all good somehow. It's really crazy. As a kid, I only had like Hercules and Conan and stuff like that. And
Xena.
Xena and everything else was like all the cool chicks beating up people and shooting things.
And Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me Buffy wasn't one of the coolest shows ever.
You'd be so that shit started dragging on.
I mean, it was corny as hell, but it was good.
It's very corny. Yeah.
But I'm like, let's be clear. It was corny, but
it was daytime TV. So
then you got Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yep. And then they made the reboot, which is
the Netflix one.
Yeah.
I didn't finish that. It scarred me.
It is a vast difference between that and the TGIF version.
Yes. I did like how they made that little bit of a crossover in it, though.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, there's things that relate to each other. Yeah, but it is very different.
But look, based off the same source material, so
there wasn't as much devil worshipping in the TGIF version.
Definitely, none. In fact,
right?
I think they might have had one of those rubber masks with the devil horns on it in one episode, maybe. One Halloween episode near the last season when they were in college or grown up, about to have kids. Who knows?
You know what they didn't do, and they totally wasted, was a Sabrina Boy Meets World crossover.
Oh,
why did they not do that crossover? I don't think so.
What did they do? They did a Sabrina.
There was a crossover, but I just don't know. Yeah.
I do feel like
they never did a Boy Meets World Sabrina crossover.
Well, now you guys got Girl Meets World. If you ever want to revisit.
Oh, you mean Corey and Topanga have a baby? That's what I call
pretty much. Yeah, that's all that's
literally
about.
what I call that show. Corey and Topanga have a baby. Hey, have you ever seen Corey and Topanga have a baby?
And sometimes Sean comes around.
Oh, really? See, never seen.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. I wonder if Sean's married to. What was her name? The black chick that he was dating through the whole college series.
Angela. No, I don't think so. I think they left that as like the girl that got away for him.
Oh, that would be so dope. Yeah. That would be so nostalgic. I would indeed go and watch that.
Oh yeah.
I would indeed, just to see how that all plays out. Like, what did you guys do? Is she like Corey? Is she like Topanga? Sorry, got me going.
What a great show.
Yeah, see how it hits us.
Mr. Feeney, man. Mr. Feeney.
But so yeah, back to Gunpowder Milkshake. So Emily has to be Samantha's eyes. The driving was awesome. That stunt driver was dope, but the layout of how they orchestrated it all, how they played it all out. Sometimes I wish I hadn't seen Behind the Veil, that I didn't have the rose-colored glasses on. But if I did not, I would have been thoroughly impressed. And by saying that, in some ways, I was definitely impressed by that scene.
But the scene where they're just doing donuts in a garage?
Yes.
Okay. Because they couldn't afford a chase scene, so they were just like, well, fuck it, we're doing it in the garage. Everybody move your cars.
Right. But it was just the specificity of certain movements and things like that. That's what I'm saying. The added direction that she was giving Emily, all of that, everything together is what made it cool, not just the driving. I thought that was pretty clever. That's how I put it. I thought that was very clever. But they do escape, and then they're followed to the hideout, and that's where I'm like, all right, come on now. You've been doing all of this. You're the coolest, most extravagant super spy assassin, been trained by the League of Shadows and everything else, but you didn't know this dude was following you?
Oh, yeah. Just like almost immediately following, and then parking right across the street and watching them go into the building. Yeah.
With the same car that you just had ruined? Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, that was the bulletproof car. Her car was fine.
His
car. His car's got a headless body in the backseat.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of which, I want to make sure I say now, Because this had a high level of kills, and I kind of wish I had thought of this during Driver. I think we should definitely name our favorite kills. I'll say that now so we have a little more time to think about it.
Oh, I can't remember. They all just play together.
So many good kills. All right, fine. But so they get followed to the hideout, and that's where she runs into her mom, and her mom tells her the whole story about, oh, I did it because, and here's the reality, it doesn't add up. You're gone for 15 years, right? So I'm guessing you were raising your daughter for 12 years, and then you found the killer of your husband or her father, didn't think about your kid, and now you had to go on a run. Or
No, she just watched her like a creep for 15 years.
that's
what
what
you
I'm
guys were telling
thinking.
me, right?
I mean, I'm guessing because she says, 12 years later, I find the guy who pulled the trigger. So was that part of the 15 years, or was that 12 years before you left? Like, I don't get it.
So you should have came out of hiding a long time ago.
Long
The
time
target
ago.
on your head.
Galaxy far away.
Pretty.
I don't know, guys.
I mean, it's just the storytelling on how they do these movies. It's like it's one of turn your brain off things along with stylistically trying to take tidbits of other movies. I was like, you know what, this movie somewhat reminded me of Atomic Blonde in its own fashion. And that movie was whatever to me too as well.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I ever seen that either. I gotta catch up on some of these flicks.
It's the same guy that did John Wick.
Okay.
He did Atomic Blonde, like a female version of it. The fight scenes are great. Fight scenes are just spectacular, but music is spectacular. Story wise, could have did better. John Goodman's in it, and the latest Professor Xavier. I forget that dude's name. James McAvoy. He plays a good villain. But yes.
So once they need a little bit of help after they go to mom's house and everybody comes and finds them there, ironically, Emily is flicking through channels and she finds the security station. Lucky them. I mean, hey, but then they go through all of the escape routes and they get to the library. I expected Anna Marie and Scarlett to have a bit of a showdown at some point.
I think Angela Bassett, bless her soul, probably can't do too much action. I think she's like 70.
62.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I mean, hey, I would have rolled with 70 because, man, like,
I mean, even Lena Headey's jump when she was shooting in the library,
they're
she couldn't even. They couldn't make her go horizontal. She just had to like jump and be like, bang bang.
I mean, do it.
I mean, look, they're not action stars, so that's kind of the difference there, right?
I think they did great. I just expected to see a little bit more. I like how they put Angela Bassett into the shadows with the whole hammer situation, so you couldn't really be as focused on the movement as far as, I mean, as much as just the action itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like what was the intent of what was going on, more so than trying to keep up with, how swift was the movement, and you ain't gonna see it. So no,
that was most of the fight scenes in this movie,
and I think that's one of the things I liked. If I'm being honest, I feel like we got a lot of the same in Sin City, right?
I can't even remember that movie. It's been so long,
right? And it has been quite a while. But I feel like we got a lot of the same things in that, and that was one of the main pulls that the Kingsman and Kill Bill for me was the main three things I saw this movie pull from. And so when Sam stays behind, I don't expect anybody to come back, less knowing her mother. And I don't expect her mother to come back because I expected her mom to take on the charge of, I'm going to raise this kid better than I raised you. Like, somebody think of Emily, right?
Yeah, it could have went in any way, and I would have been happy with that, to tell you the truth.
Yeah,
that's how Or I was expecting like the mother to croak in the middle of it, to tell you the truth.
You said her to
but then too, the mother had a better chemistry with the dog. It seemed like acting wise, they had a better chemistry versus Gillan's character and the child.
Mhm.
Like it's comedy relief, but that motherly feeling was like with that character and the little girl more or less.
Oh, you know, when Lena Headey's on the screen with either of the two girls at this point, I will call them that, for her character, it was very Cersei, very Cersei, like don't touch my girls. You know what I mean? Even down to that diner scene, it really felt very Cersei Lannister. Like, did you just threaten my kid? Like,
With the
oh,
Terminator shotgun, little nod to her
to
role as
yeah,
Sarah
to
Connor.
yep,
Yeah.
Sarah Connor as well. Which also, did you just threaten my kid? How many roles
Mm.
has she had where she's saving her kid? I just thought about that. A lot. Oh, three we could think of at least off the top of our head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but so yeah, from there, like I say, we're pretty much covering all the bases where once Sam's gotten through everything and she goes and she meets Jim McAllister because Emily's been taken, uh, Madeline's passed away, and it's just time to handle business, you know. What I like about the way that played out is immediately they go and bury the dead body out at their, you know, their foreign retreat that nobody knows where it's at, which I thought was kind of crazy. Um, but they go to the
What
diner.
city are they in?
Every city,
Okay.
every city.
Yeah.
They're
Every
on,
European city, that
they're
is.
on a
Seems
bunch of
weird.
stages, is where they are.
Right.
Like
Definitely.
London or something, somewhere in England.
Nah, son.
I thought it was
felt-
London because of the Ferris wheel, but then they mentioned like leaving London.
Mhm.
And so I thought it was in a different city, but maybe it is London. I don't know.
I mean, come on. The diner makes you question what time period we're in.
Well, yeah. Kind of, but everything else is anachronistic with the diner. So the diner is just a 50s style diner.
I'm trying to think,
Yes.
is there any diners in London? Anyways, regardless to it, it's a movie.
Is
It,
it?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought it was real life, you guys. Come on.
You watch somebody watching this on the Oculus, huh? I understand.
Oh yeah, my camera just came unplugged. Cool.
No worries. So once Sam meets Jim, mom comes, saves her. Mom and the aunts, I'm sorry, I don't want to discount. Mom and the aunts come to the rescue of Sam and Emily. And Sam and Emily just kind of skate off, right? And I don't know. So you have the aunts and
It was
mom.
a Deus Ex Machina.
Momkina. I like how you did that. I like how you did that. They just wipe out the entire diner. There was the one shot towards the nephew when he dives out the window and she's shooting from his left side while he's diving and the bullets are on his right side. And the only thing I think is, man, I hope those are exit wounds.
Yeah, maybe.
It took him long enough to kill this dude. I'm like, man, when the fuck
Yeah,
you kill his ass?
Yeah,
And
why
listen,
did-
he was clearly the most resourceful of some. In some
You could
ways.
tell he was a bad guy because he had a toothpick in his mouth. Did you catch that?
No, that was a match.
I
Oh, it was a
like, what the-
match. All right.
I was like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, man, what is this asshole supposed to be, man?
He's trying to be a
Yeah.
knockoff Ryan Gosling.
He definitely seen Driver or
I'm gonna
Drive.
stump your head into a fucking elevator.
So after everything though, we find out that everybody's living together. The aunties were the two remaining aunties, Scarlett, Emily, and Samantha. Do you think they all could fit in that little ass cabin? Because I only saw one bed. It's sub levels in the cabin. It's sub levels in the cabin, right?
Sure, yeah, why not?
And what did you think of the message they sent to Nathan? Why does he have to? Why would he think he should pay attention to that? Because the baddest women, all of the baddest assassins are out there. They all have born identities now. Is that?
I
What's
guess, but they should have just killed everybody in the firm too. I didn't
what
know
I'm
why
thinking.
that wasn't the end of the. You know what I mean? I thought that was the end goal of everything.
Good,
Yeah,
I
I
would've
thought
just
they were
shot
going
him.
to go to the
happily ever
firm and
after.
just kill everybody.
Yeah, because I don't think it's happily ever after with everybody, with all the bad guys still alive.
No, exactly. Yeah, they're just
It
going to
just
send
happened.
another
Yeah.
army at you, and you guys are just going to be fighting the entire time. Nah,
Mhm.
sorry,
I don't think you got enough ammunition in that cabin.
no,
You ain't in the library no more, ladies.
right. And
And
you have to
also,
go. You have to go up against Papa Potato Giamatti now.
Potato Giamatti,
unless there's
who was
other libraries around.
it could be, but he was definitely ready to shoot the Girl Scout, wasn't he? And for a guy that was ready to shoot a Girl Scout, he spared his own life way too much. I would have shot her. I would have shot. Listen, if I came and I know you got me on a scope, I got this pistol in my pocket. I'm shooting little Emma. We both
Shoot
go.
the little girl. Cool. All right.
You know what?
If I'm gonna write the movie, I'm gonna write it full and through.
You know what? I just watched a movie earlier today. It's just a scene where there was baby tossing. There was baby tossing, and I'm like, I'm done. Fuck this.
That's
movie.
America's fourth favorite pastime. The
You're in the
baby
middle
toss.
of the movie talking about.
Chick comes in with a gun inside the nursery. Drop
Oh, nice.
him.
Oh, you use the baby as like a like a cap shield. You just fling the baby at the bad guy.
No. Like literally, and this chick, she just picks up like, "You're not gonna shoot me because you gotta think fast." Throws baby. I'm like,
Oh my god.
Why do I feel like I've seen this movie?
not once, but two babies.
Oh
Two
man,
babies.
it's like Duck Hunt.
Wow.
I decided to check out what was this movie called. It's called Volt. It's on Amazon Prime. It's supposed to be like a gender flip of Crank, but it is nothing like fucking Crank.
Yeah,
It's a piece of shit. I'm sorry.
that is crazy.
You're talking about shooting little girls, and first
Did I?
thing
I
on
didn't
mind
say anything
is
about. No, not me. I said if I were to write this
Oh
film,
sure, yeah. We're
you're right,
backtracking
but
now.
you're not the one.
That's right. That's right. Now you understand how this goes. I would write it. I didn't say I would do it. Don't
So
do
you
me.
got something against Girl Scouts, huh?
Me? Nah. I love
You-
what they got the
They didn't have your samosa cookies, huh?
samosas are pretty good. I'm trying to Thin Mints. You know, they got Thin Mints. They got what's the butter joints? I forget the name of them.
Tagalongs.
Tagalongs. Tagalongs. Aren't those the marshmallow joints?
I thought those were the peanut butter ones.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't remember.
See, one of us. I know there's a chart out there. Somebody find the chart, put it in our comment section.
Every time I see the Girl Scouts at like a grocery store, I always go like this because I'm like, I'm not gonna buy your cookies, man. They're too addictive. I have to get like 4 boxes.
part with that $6, man.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
It's gonna be like $12 next time.
Yeah,
we see them.
they were $6
Mhm.
before COVID. They definitely gonna be 12 after. They got to catch up.
2 years. 2
You know,
years.
you know, Girl Scouts of America are gonna make sure they get they cut.
We taxing this shit.
Boy Scouts,
Even though we're not supposed to tax cold food.
Scouts of America. They have the tax, huh?
No, I'm saying it's like me going to Subway. I'm not toasting my meatball sub because I know it's still considered a sub, cold sub, cold cut. You taxing me? I'm sorry.
That's crazy. I didn't know that's how they do.
A
you? I didn't know
warming
that.
tax.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, you're right. The meatballs come hot out the little carafe, so we good.
But at least we're in California.
And we're losing our pigs, man.
We're losing our pigs. Oh no, where they going?
Then we're gonna have a shortage of pork as of next year.
Oh,
So if
yeah.
you're going for that bacon cheeseburger at Five Guys or wherever you get your fucking bacon cheeseburger, you're expecting some big money for a bacon burger.
I
Yeah.
won't miss it.
I love my bacon, motherfuckers.
Hey, we all love bacon. I just won't miss it because you know.
You got a health problem.
eat
Yeah, there you go. All right.
So,
All right.
in conclusion, they live happily ever after, and the Gunpowder Milkshake tribe, which we never really get explained why is it Gunpowder Milkshake. Like I understand the milkshake, but I guess the gunpowder is just an innuendo. Is that the correct word I'm using? I'm
I
hoping.
thought it was the name of the diner. But it wasn't. I don't think it was. It's just they put the title of the movie on the diner sign.
Like, you know what? It just be funky.
They
It's
be
just
funky.
like it's just like when I came up with strawberries and coffee for my streaming. People are like, "What's that for?" I'm like, "Hey, man, sometimes I drink a coffee with some strawberries in it. There you go. While I'm streaming,
It's a damn good diuretic, is what it is.
just for the well, Starbucks wanted. They can talk to me. I got the patent for the name,
Nice.
motherfuckers.
Look, $7. We waiting. Um. So listen, I am curious to know. I know, Nick, you said you have all of the kills are mushed up in your head, so I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to let you guys know my favorite kill, though, was the forklift kill because that guy's entire head was left on top of that forklift. Um, but I'm curious to know who was your favorite character, and then you can give me your rating. Either one of you guys. I would say Nick because Dejan took the
I'm
last
trying
one
to
first.
think. Pardon me. Um, my favorite character.
Mhm.
I think my favorite character was the nurse at the hospital.
Nice.
I mean, that's good enough for me. The nurse at the hospital was decent. I don't know. I mean, there's really nothing that stands out as far as the main characters, to be honest.
Mhm.
I think Karen Gillan is somehow she has some weird charisma to her that makes me want to watch her, but I don't think that I'm not convinced that that's like good acting. I think that it's something else. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, I mean,
I
to
like
each their
that.
own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, definitely. I like the nurse as well. I expected more from the nurse. The way she walked out of the room, I definitely expected her to help out. But yeah,
Mm.
Dijon.
Sorry about that. For some reason, idiots over here is still popping fireworks. It's August, but for me, it's the little girl because the little girl provides this 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 common sense about everything amongst everybody. Then along with that, she's fearless and she's like the comic relief of the situation. And yeah, I just like how she just I like what she represented and how she executed her character. And
Hmm.
I've seen her in 2 movies so far, and I can't wait to see her as she grows up in her career if she continues to do acting.
Nice. Yeah, no, I also agree that the little girl was probably one of the better characters. Actors, I think everybody kind of just came in and had a little fun, honestly. But the little girl's character, like without the Emily character, we do not really like you can't make a lot of sense of anything. Um, but by getting her character, you kind of get more out of Sam's relationship with her mom and without really getting anything out of like with them being involved with each other or any seeing that. Um, and then we even get a little bit of background into just having her around and little statements being made like, oh, it was nice having a kid around again, into how loving and what kind of an environment that Sam had from the aunties as well. So I agree that the Emily character was my favorite character as well. And so with that, let's get into ratings. And I don't know if this is typically how we do or not how we do. I don't know, but I think I want to go first.
Do it.
Yeah. So I feel like I've been going first a lot. I just like volunteering, like line leader type of guy over here.
I can go first. I can throw a wrench into the soup.
I mean, hey, I'm willing, but if you got it, go for it. I'm never the guy to block anyone out.
Hmm. That's what I used to tell myself before I got married. I'm blocking a lot of guys out.
Huh, okay, in that case, I guess I am the guy to block people out. So, yeah.
I'm giving it a 7.4. No,
Seven-
I mean I'm sorry, 7.5.
I'm about to say he
Oh,
finally did it to us.
feeling generous.
I give it a 7.5 because walking into this movie, I knew it was just all sorts of shenanigans. It's a popcorn flick. It does what it's supposed to do. Is basically like kind of an homage to, as we spoke to things like Kill Bill a little bit, to other movies beyond that with that same vibe. I thought it was an interesting concept. All the actors did their part. There was some corniness to it that definitely was projected that I thought it was cool, but there was also certain bits of it that fell flat with just progression. Like I just thought there were certain scenes that sincerely just was not needed, or it was just stretched out too much. Then I would have loved some better interactions with certain characters too, as well. Um, then at the same time, then I think the other thing that really bugged me was probably Karen Gillan. It was interesting. It was like she's not too bad, but you still want to watch her in the movie because it was just weird for me because I was like, I had to go back and watch a couple of what do you call it clips from Jumanji because I was like the reboot. Um, because the first thing that came to mind, I was like, how does she act in that movie? Because I've only seen her in the Marvel movies, Jumanji, and this, and I'm just like, wow, she's basically the same person from an action comedy to a straight up action flick to the superhero flick. And I just kept seeing Nebula
Me too.
just with hair.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? This movie did set her, it did, definitely set the mood for that hit. I'm not going to say assassin, I'm going to say like that hit woman ish, hitman type character. But it was interesting. The hitman-ish slash let me play the big sister role because for damn sure she wasn't playing the mother role.
Right, for
But
sure.
yeah, I mean, if I was to sit there and watch it again, yeah, I'll watch it again and just with some people, hang out, shoot the shit, background noise. It was cool. I enjoyed it for what it was worth. I liked it.
Definitely. Okay, very nice, very nice. Nick, I'll let you go last. I'll run this thing. So myself, I liked it. I would definitely watch it again. It reminds me of a lot of the type of movies that came out like '07, '08. Like I said, that movie I kept bringing up, the Shoot 'Em Up movie with Clive Owen. It was just a few of those kind of movies that came out around that time where most of the cinematography was based around the gunfights, and everything else was pretty much just like stale. This wasn't as stale, but I kind of just feel like seen it all before, but at the same time didn't see enough of certain parts of it in this. Still enjoyed it, but only from the aspect of, oh, okay, I get the reference or I know where they were going. If I hadn't seen some of those other flicks, some of those other movies, and some of those other scenes, like say if I even walked out, I might not have really enjoyed this as much if I wasn't already into a lot of those other movies. So with all of that being said, I give this a 6 out of 10. Which I want to say I gave the Eraser something similar as well.
Oh
So, yeah.
shit! Am I gonna be the one that actually give it the highest rating?
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure you are.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, so I didn't hate the movie. I didn't think that it was terrible by any stretch. I found myself enjoying a lot of it stylistically. Again, only one scene stood out, and that was the bowling alley scene. And that's just because of the aesthetics. I think that it was a kind of cool, but it's, as we've kind of all said, it's stuff that we've seen before. And in my opinion, I've seen it done better before. Now, that doesn't mean that I didn't want this to be good, because I think that there's a place for this type of, movie, even if it wanted to become like a series or branch off to a different sort of like, level of storytelling. I think it could, but like it wasn't very funny. It didn't make me laugh, but it was also not a drama. So I don't know where it fell. It was an action film, but usually you're trying to marry action and drama or action and comedy, and I don't feel like it married action to anything else. It just action for action's sake, which I guess is kind of like what John Wick is. But those types of movies aren't my favorite, to be honest. So this is getting a 5.5 out of it from me. 5.5.
It goes before we exit out. This really iterates to me, as I was saying, back to when we watched Army of the Dead and we've watched Into the Wire or Across the Wire. That a lot of these streaming service type movies are really feeling like a lot of straight to DVD movies. Like, sincerely, I'm just seeing it I see it kind of with this movie. I see it with this movie a bit. I've seen it with those two movies. I haven't seen it with this other movie I've seen, which I'm not going to torture you guys with voltage, with volt. And
Yeah, but I get what you mean though. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say too much, but I slightly see. I haven't finished the movie yet, but I slightly see a little bit of it too with Tomorrow World,
Mm.
and I've heard nothing but praise about that. And I'm still trying to get over the first 20 minutes of that, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what you're going to kind of get because, not everything Netflix puts out is going to be a hit.
Right.
And, you're going to get a lot of sort of middle of the road stuff too. So it's probably just one of those. I don't know when was the last Netflix movie that was a real hit? Do we remember? Uncut Gems?
Was that a hit?
I mean, yeah, everybody really, really loved it. So
I'm sorry. I guess I gotta go watch that one.
I don't know if that was a Netflix. That might have not been a Netflix exclusive though. So
I don't know if it was, but the last time I remember a Netflix movie being big, notably big, I don't know if it really did well, but was Bright. The Will Smith Batman.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't remember that?
I remember it firmly. We can get into part two.
Oh my. Anyway,
I think it's that Robert De Niro movie that was like nominated. I think Robert De Niro.
The Irishman.
The Irishman. Right.
Yeah.
It's like a really big thing.
4 hours long of Robert De Niro. No thanks.
Yeah. Take a lunch break. 2.5 hours of them walking, just walking.
Yeah. Like penguins.
Yeah, exactly like penguins. But all right, so with that brings us to a 19 out of 30. I did not do the math this evening.
6.3.
6.3 out of 10. A 6.3 out of 10. I know that has us nowhere near our top 5. No need to even ask. I'm pretty sure it makes the top 15 though.
Well, we've only done 18 movies, so yes, it probably does make the top 15.
Oh, it's not in the bottom 5, so hey, there we go.
That's right.
That's how we should do it. Is it in the top 5 or the bottom 5? Is that me over there?
You guys had hit the
clicking
mark for a year.
Is that me or you? There was a lot of weird fart noises going on.
Look, we all get quiet to figure it out and look at it and it stops.
Who's farting?
Of course.
Look, hold it. We're almost done, guys. So yeah, that leaves us with a 6.3, was it?
6.3, yeah.
6.3 out of 10. And again, clearly we all enjoyed the movie. It was enjoyable to some capacity. So I don't think that, our ratings are always like just a shot in the foot of, oh, this movie is terrible. It's just our honest opinion of if we're breaking down the entire movie, where would we leave it? But
yeah, and I think middle of the road movies deserve middle of the road scores.
Definitely.
It's not to disencourage you guys. Just go see it. We all have our opinions. We all have our loves. You might enjoy it more than we did.
Right.
Definitely.
And then you can tell us what you thought.
And tell us how wrong we are.
Oh yeah, can't wait for those. So yeah, from there, we really appreciate you guys for tuning in to the Screen Time Continuum. Be sure to tune in with us every Wednesday and Sunday at 8 p.m. You will get myself, Nick, and Dejan. If you want to check out anything else we have going on, to go to the broad spectrum of seeing every single show we have, with the exception of the Twitch show that Dejan has, Strawberries and Coffee, you can head on over to the Thinkering Talks page on Facebook and on YouTube, and you'll literally find the Exofathom podcast, which comes on Mondays and Fridays at 8 p.m. They talk about a lot of really cool things over there. That's hosted by Nick, Ayla, and Mike. And who knows, maybe you'll like that more than you like what we do here at Screen Time Continuum. Or you can check out myself at If Numbers Could Talk. That's also over on the Thinker and Talks page. We have a YouTube page that we're getting going, trying to get all those videos loaded up there for you if you would like to just isolate those videos. But if you want to see them currently, they're over on the Facebook page as well. And just so you're aware, Strawberries and Coffee is not just on Twitch Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. They also, or Dejan also, uploads his videos for you the next day to YouTube. Be sure to check those out. We really appreciate you guys, everyone for tuning in, leaving comments, subscribing, following, whatever you do. Tell a friend. Audio, we just appreciate you for letting us know that this is the kind of content you're looking for. By all means, for the Screen Time Continuum, my name is Keelan.
I am Nick.
I'm the mustard. Good night, you guys.
Appreciate it, guys.